Headed to them, the country of the United States of America for your crimes. It's, yes, he is in a way, or they are in a way, but in a way also, like, okay, the only reason why I even agree with that shit is because, excuse me, it doesn't, it's not even justified. Because if you break it down, okay, if you get a felony in this country, you can't leave really. It's hard to get out of this country if you got a felony. So they keep you here. At the same time, you got court costs that you have to pay or you go back to jail. That's the justification for keeping them here. Well, we don't want them to run, so they can't pay the court costs, and then we can't go arrest them and charge them more court costs to take time out of their life. You don't care about your life. They justify it. The people making all the money in power, they justify keeping you down like that and make you go to jail for however long, whether you justify it or not, by stealing a bag of Lay's chips from the store because you're starving, feed your kid or whatever it is. Hey, they justify putting you away for 5 years for that or something. For a bag of chips, good lord, or whatever it is, anything. Rapist, and that's what I think about it. This is the difference. This guy's trying to feed his kid with his bag of Lay's, shitty ass bag of Lay's. It's got carcinogens in it already too. Yeah, that whatever they put in it for fucking preservatives or to make it have that color or whatever it is. Some salt they choose to use probably isn't in the Himalayan, the nutritious salt. It's probably the fucking shit. Even they add chemicals to everything. You know, I'm addicted to this shit and it's killing me. I'm sure, big time, big time. You know what I mean? Hell, and that don't even matter because this is their water. You know, even though it's got great value, go look and see who makes great value shit. You know what I mean? They act like it's cheaper. It's the same shit. They just put a different label that's fancier and a price. So technically, you do have to pay more for the label. It probably did cost them more to make the label if they don't already own the label company. So if they own the label company, it don't cost them no more. They just make this value, and they probably even add something to this one instead of that one, or both even, and then claim even another one be more expensive because they're adding more like smart water. It's fucking nothing in smart water. It's just I go do the fucking chemical tests and stuff. You know, only thing I tell you about this is that it's distilled. That and my water meter just says green and parts per million of dissolvable solids, which some cases those are minerals. Just depends on what's good for you in it. And what's not good for you in it. What's not good for you in it, I'd call poison, yes. But what's good in it, sometimes they call them minerals. Everything is bad for you, supposedly, if it's not taken in moderation. I know everything's bad for you, period, nowadays. Yeah, even drinking out that fucking stream that runs by that creek that runs by your house, that creek runs by your house, that river. And definitely if it floods, because all of our sewage systems are under sea level or will be underwater if it flooded in that area, so it's all fucked up. I'm starting to use my waste as compost. I hope I can do it right. Shit, you gotta find science and everything. It's cool. I like science. Cool shit. I've found a couple ways I'm gonna be more sustainable myself. I'm not necessarily a tree hugger per se, but whenever we're getting pretty much pushed back into the Stone Age. I am. If you don't conform. If you don't conform. And it's based on, yes, a few of the top corporations that swivel up to the ladder, to the top of the ladder, to the top of the ladder to one or two evil people in the world. Evil families, I guess, or traditional households is what they'll probably call it. Traditional household. I don't even know. I don't know if I put this video out or not. It really ain't my work. It really ain't. I gotta ask myself if it's worth risking my life. Over y'all, never even watching it. Not one person watching it. It's on that, be on the internet. Taking it serious, looking into it at all. There's no reason to be looking for a job right now. We should all be marching on our capital and wondering why the fucking corporations are they're controlling everything like they are. There ain't no government coming in that's going to sign any bill that has anything to benefit you. For example, COVID's going on right now. It's November 27th, 2020. COVID's happening right now, and you got this city or the state or something passed a bill or a law saying that tenants couldn't kick or landlords couldn't kick their tenants out right now. The people are praising that. Well, whether they're gonna tell you or not, I'm sure I haven't read any of this shit. I'm sure I already assumed that somewhere along the lines in that bill, there's gonna be some word magic that you don't understand as a regular person, regardless of whether you get to read it or not. This bill passed. It's gonna say that you have to pay back certain, or any possessions or anything you got, debtor's prison, lose all possessions, blah blah blah, go to prison. You know, whether it's a debtor's prison or you have assets that they're gonna take away from you, or you know you're gonna be on your knees begging for some help. And whether you want to be, whether you think you're gonna put, you know, I work hard, it ain't gonna happen to me. You have no control over it. No fucking control over none of that shit. I need you to fucking see this. I need y'all to fucking realize that shit. That you have no fucking control over none of it now. It don't matter if you go to fucking college or not. It does not fucking matter anymore. The only thing right now, the only people that are making any fucking money, that are fucking coming up to have any kind of money to say anything, fuck you money, is this fucking rappers or musicians, so artists or fucking movie stars, which you don't get on TV unless 5 fucking different companies or 5 different huge corporations allow you on their TV. So you ain't gonna be famous then either. So they can't say nothing. They can't choose a side. They can't speak up whenever they think something's going on that's fucking wrong. They can't do the research, none of that shit. And on top of that, they're the only ones that if they could do the research because they got enough time or money to do all that shit, they ain't gonna be taken seriously because y'all just turning your heads because they got you so fucking programmed, I guess, or so conformed is what it is. It's conformation. You know, the root word is, or the root of form, you know, is formation pretty much. To confirm formation is what I see. Confirmation, conformity. That's all the same to me. You know, it all comes back to the same word. I can't even say it without saying conforming for somebody. You know, conformity, confirmation, conform into my formation. You know, is what confirm that they're in my formation. Basically, is what I'm saying right there. That's what that word means to me from them. And man, we could all get along. I wouldn't even have to talk about them if they would leave. They wouldn't be fucking with everything the way they are, man. I'm tired of it. I'm for the people. I believe that if you work hard and you're honest and you just mind your own business, and you should be able to just live fine. You know what I mean? But that ain't enough anymore. Even the plastic bottle that you want to put water in because you're starving of thirst, you're dying of thirst. Even that plastic bottle or the water that you're dying of thirst to go get is contaminated. It's gonna kill you even though you're dying from thirst. You know, you're using. They won't. It's up to you, yes, to recycle. It's up to them whenever they come up with something as a new technology or anything that's brand new. It's up to them. I believe it is their fucking responsibility as a fucking human or as a person on this earth that before they just throw it out there to make the money off of it, even and especially after they've made billions of dollars off something or they're successful off something. It's up to them to do the fucking long term and short term to discover the do the research and discover the fucking short term and long term effects of using something and come up with an alternative way or a plan to get rid of it. And that's why I say before they ever bring it out. Because if there ain't no way to get rid of it and you ain't got a plan, then why the fuck are we letting them bring it out? Why are you as a human being or as a whole agreeing or allowing this new shit to come out without questioning it, what it's doing to the world and what you can do if they got a plan to recycle it or a plan to keep it from fucking like making you have cancer or whatever. Yeah, that's my point. Is you don't question anything, like for example plastic or even keeping water and plastic in the sun or any of that shit. You guys don't question it before. Studies confirmed 35,000 years later, 100 years later after plastic bottles came out, that leaving them in the sun might release toxic chemicals that are harmful for your body. You're telling me that them motherfuckers didn't know that shit when they created it? Come on now, people. There's just enough, that's what I'm saying, just enough people with enough money or somebody's kid that got sick or something that was in some kind of power at the time, or maybe even still, finally fucking spoke up about it because there's their kid or their loved one. My point is when you see something that you love die or watch somebody that you love slowly die. Like I saw my dog the other day, 3 days really fucking quick, gone. Me holding him, trying to do whatever I could, giving him medicines and everything, even human amoxicillin. You know, not a big dose, but it's just penicillin. And they took that off the market where you can't buy it to save shit. And penicillin does a lot for people. And they just slowly started taking it, like slowly moved away from finding cures for shit like that, or it took them away from us. You know, it's pretty much an all infection killer. You know, pretty much almost any infection, amoxicillin's a bad motherfucker for it. You know what I mean? And it's badass. You know, my tooth, or parasites, or some bacteria, you know, flu, you know, cuts, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's badass. That you can't. I remember you used to go to. I don't know if you still can. I don't think so. You used to be able to go to Outwoods and buy a syringe. You go shoot yourself in the arm. I'm from Oklahoma. I've seen some hillbilly shit. I mean, I've done it, but I've seen some do it. You know what I mean? But I'm also smart enough to know sterilization and everything. If I do everything like a nurse, what's the fucking problem? And if you think it's different, if you think different than that, why? Why would it be better to go to the hospital where you don't know for sure, even buying it from Outwoods, you don't know for sure if it's just penicillin, you know, and come to find out it ain't probably. So they maybe took it off the market and then they justify taking it away because come to find out it's got some toxin. So they're going to try to find another cure or alternative way of using it or some extracting the poison. Or no, they just don't want you to have a way of creating a longer life expectancy than they want you to have. So, and there's all kinds and they're making money off that too. You work for Walmart, you work for some company. Whenever you put in an application and then after you get hired, they have your social security number on file, so they go and they take out a life insurance policy on your ass. So whether or not whether or not they're all in cahoots with Big Pharma or the doctors or whatever, somebody's making a benefit off your death. One guy they got, or the lowest I think maybe is $1 million, $1 million life insurance policy. So they get $1 million for every life that dies, whether they fucking work or not. Let alone they don't want to lose any money. They don't want to lose no money. That's why $7 an hour is all you're worth. Some places that work hard as fuck, demand you work hard as fuck. Hell no, not me. I ain't doing it no more. You know, so McDonald's goes up. McDonald's should have been up. We fucking made McDonald's, motherfuckers. So when McDonald's brags about being all around the world and then brags about how good their burgers are, brags about how good their fries are and shit like that, you go look at it. They're killing us with it. So whether they started off killing us or it's now killing us or they were killing us and they took it out, there's cheeseburger bills. Have you ever heard of cheeseburger bills? You come to tell me that whenever they've got bills passed to protect them from you suing them, citizens, those bills are supposed to be for the people, not for fucking big corporations. And let alone after that, nowadays all these bills are classified, or you got a good bill that's really for people, and it's like Bill 845 on Section 9 of 10, some fucking code word. But then you got Citizens United. You let them fucking title a bill Citizens United, and it passes, and you guys don't look into any of that. Whenever you know that most of our the marijuana bill ain't nothing fucking like high times, fun times, and love everybody. You know what I mean? That ain't what it is. You know. Instead, their research. So all these old people that go into science, you don't want to rely on science back in the day. They've been deceived, so they don't like science anymore, which is bullshit because they also did that. So if global warming is fucking real, we can't fucking believe in the science. It's right. But then COVID comes out and your president says, hey, we're relying on science, right, to come up with a cure, to come up with a vaccine. That's what he said. So which one is it? You believe in science or you don't? Because you don't believe in global warming. He laughed that off and brought back burning coal. And pretty much he signed that at the EPA office, gloating. Arrogant son of a bitch about it. And y'all didn't say or scratch your head about shit. Or they're not showing it on the news any fucking way. And this probably won't ever get out there, but that's my point is I'm not putting this on the news. I've got to do something different. Because I can't stop talking about it. Why? Because I go to people's houses and it's a rent house. They're paying $800 fucking. My baby mom was paying $800 fucking dollars a month for a fucking little a duplex. Somebody owns it's a house split in half, is what it is, and they control half the garage and somebody else controls the other half for $1,600 a month. One house for two different families, and they're talking about. We're talking about what we're planning. Trying to talk to my daughter about what she wants to do, what she wants to be when she grows up. And this was Thanksgiving yesterday, day before yesterday. Talking to my daughter by herself. You know, hey, whatever you want to be, you know, you need to find that out right now. You need to dig deep. Judgment. What do you want to be when you grow up? Plan for your future. Let me know. Do some research. Should I try to make it happen? Try to tell my baby mama this. They already act like they're going on plan. Whatever, fine, go with it then. Fine. You don't want to be part of it? Fine. And that's the point. That's the thing is that I'll give you the option. You know, if you don't want to be on my side and you don't want to believe in any of this shit, that's up to you. After you do, I demand you do some fucking research. You don't go buy some shit that you think's reliable about Hillary Clinton or some shit you think's reliable about Trump or anybody else. You do your fucking research and see where those people get their money or where they're funded through or who owns them or whatnot, and you fucking judge whether or not a billionaire that's already got billions on a $1 billion company and $1 billion fucking TV networks, you think they're gonna fucking go for you and you just the people? And if everything's already working in their favor, why not fucking keep it that way and slowly make it more and more where it's in their favor? Why not? It's already working. They've already got you all just needing to go to work and you're so exhausted when you get home that you don't fucking care what's on TV or what's going on in life anyway. Because you're so fucking tired. You gotta do it all again tomorrow even though you don't want to. And you're sick. When you're sick, you gotta do it too. You know? I don't know, people. It's not good. I've seen it all. I've seen the big picture. So I'm one of the, I guess what they would call the one, let me see, what is it? A conscientious objective. That's what I am. I'm somebody that is a threat to their belief and their way of thinking. So whether or not you allow that to be an excuse for killing somebody or not is up to you. I'm pretty sure it's already happened because I've heard it somewhere. That he was a conscientious objective. Whether they took him out in battle and he killed him out there or not, they're wanting you to confirm they're in my formation, basically. Even sugar. Meat and sugar right there. More addictive than cocaine, okay? We'll go watch the videos of when they fed it to rats. Went delirious, went kind of crazy. So, don't look at any of the results, the lab results from what they do to rats. All the experiments. And then go look up them drugs and see if they're in our foods. There's 10 of them right here. 10 foods banned everywhere except the United States. Basically not foods. 10 chemicals in foods. That pink slime shit, people made a big deal about having ammonium dioxide. It's still out there, people. You just don't hear about it in the news because the news is controlled by one of the big 5 media or corporations that own the media. What is this? Ractopamine? Cause muscle tremors and all kinds of shit. They're having a freaking rally over in where are they having it at? China right now over ractopamine and about pork coming into the country from the United States. Where do you think our pork comes from, people? You think they're going to ship our pork in from some other country? Maybe to keep us, but not whenever you don't even care that ractopamine is in the pork over there and you're not questioning it for your own pork when it comes from the same place. Just saying. Like artificial dyes even, just to make your fucking candy or your fucking cake looks good. You know, yellow number 5 or orange. And what is it? I just some of my notes that I wrote down real quick while I was watching a documentary and I just kept spitting them out left and right. I had to pause it even at times. BAT, used for embalming fluid. That's in something. Potassium bromate, and it's in bread to keep bread fluffy to make more to have more air in bread. Yeah. what's it? Acet- growth hormone, acetates or some shit like that. They give the cows, and they justify giving it to them that it creates more protein or more meat than fat. Genetically modified corn. All I can say about that, people, is just that they passed a law. They presented a bill to Congress, and they passed a law keeping anybody from doing research on GMOs. That's all I can say about that. Not even fucking, let alone coming out with some fucking shit saying that GMOs are harmful for you. It is illegal, and have banned anybody from having the right to do any research to see the long-term and short-term side effects of this shit. So not only can you not fucking look up the research, even if you fucking found out that it's killing your kid or you or some shit, then you can't fucking say nothing about it. It's illegal for you to say something about it. I can't tell you how many years you can go to prison for it because they try to keep that shit off the news and out of the fucking internet too. But they have enough pride, too much pride, and they gloat enough they can't keep their name out of their business, their company owned by. They always got to have their name at the top of that shit. Whether they keep a company hush hush or not. Blackstone, for example. You better go do your own research on them. I ain't bringing them up too much. Because if you don't give a fuck about your own life, why would I take mine talking about them, telling you about them? Anyways. Milk with RBST used to increase milk. Man, I wrote it so fucking fast, I scribbled it. There's olein or something that's used by Lay's. Robs the body of nutrients. Loose stools. There's 10 right there, people that are banned in other countries that are still on our market. And whether or not you still buy them after you know that, you should have had the option. This should have let you know. The nutrition facts on the back, I'm smart enough to know. When I was a little kid or whenever they started passing, they passed that law making every company required to put nutrition facts on the back of all their labels. Yeah, okay. Well, I've always kept in the back of my mind the possibility that all this sounds good, looks too good to be true. That's what my point is, people. And if you haven't learned that by now, fuck, you better get some shit together. That if it looks too good to be true, the 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it is too good to be fucking true. So y'all need to keep that fucking shit in mind. They used to talk about monopolies. The only one I've ever heard of them breaking down was Bill Gates, supposedly. Microsoft and Apple. That's the only one they've ever separated. So regardless of whether they'd have done it or not and put it in the news, y'all assume that they maybe were still doing it, I guess. He's the only one that they put it all over the fucking news when he did it, when they did it to him. So that's part of their plan. He's the only one that's ever been on there is having to split up a monopoly. There's somebody out there that has like 700 billion or like $10 trillion. There's one fucking family or one guy that's part of a family that owns worth 700 fucking billion or $1 trillion, people. Holy shit! It's like that, and they say that the top 1% that has all the wealth has so much wealth that they contain like we contain the people down here. We have like $1 billion compared to them, and one guy has $2 trillion. I think one guy has like $2 trillion. Like what? One family has $2 trillion, right? And the rest of us are starving. And whenever you could drill a well for them for $10,000 or less, it's like you won't even do that when you got 700 trillion, like that much money. Like damn, you better build some protection because I can't see how somebody wouldn't say fuck that motherfucker. Whenever he sees everybody around him starving, everybody around him down here, we're here together, people. Whether we live together or not, we're here together. And they're over there, their private places and their private yachts and their private fucking security and their private fucking mansions and their private fucking islands and living off of the fucking corruption and the shit that they created and manipulated to gain financially off of you. So and they're still doing it. And so while I'm alive, and they got me addicted to some things like candy and shit. It's like, man, that's not very fucking cool. To fucking, if you think about it, people, there's a lot more people thinking against you than for you. A lot more. There's not anybody betting on Brian to win. You know, nobody betting on Greg to win. Nobody betting on fucking Tracy to win, or fucking Victoria, or nobody like that. You know what I mean? Even the fucking family members, their parents, fucking ain't betting on them to do nothing with their lives. They can't. No matter what fucking positive or what intentions you have for this world or wanting to do with your beliefs or nothing, you won't get the right. You won't get to do it. Especially if you ain't already white privileged, which is going out the window quick. You know? Shit. So, I don't ever know if I'll ever put this movie out, this recording. Y'all probably won't watch it. Nobody will watch it. They'll just say I'm out of my mind. So be it. You know? I'm out of my mind then. If I fucking think that Jesus, if he did exist, if 5,000 people, 20, 50,000 people witnessed his death, and then 5,000 or 15 or 20,000 witnessed his resurrection, then that happened. Whatever. And if they say that I need to have faith as small as a mustard seed to get to heaven, and that faith is that Jesus came and died on the cross for our sins, and that he was, and my sins, and I'm saved by, my soul's saved by the blood of Jesus Christ. If I believe that he died for my sins, for me, I guess no harm in it. Why? Because if you go by what he commands of you in the New Testament, which that's what pertains to everybody after Jesus arose. Jesus fucking came and died and left, rose 3 days later. You celebrate Easter because of it. Good Friday, you call it. I don't know why it's such a Good Friday. Whenever he's the only guy that believed in God and was without sin, so that can be done. That's what it showed you. That's all it showed you, is that he sent somebody down here. 36. I'm about to be 37 tomorrow. I think today's 28th. 30th is my birthday. I'll be 37. So Jesus died at 36, and he was without sin. So whether or not it was a son of God, what Holy Spirit, whatever that is, if the way I see it, if that's what's up, this is what I see. Okay, this is what I see if you're a Christian. Okay, I don't know if you want me to, if you'll insult me over it or whatever, but by me reading the Bible, the New Testament, 7 or 8 times already, which 3 of the chapters in the New Testament is 3 different people's visualization and portraying on paper or out of their mind what they seen or witnessed, supposedly. So that's what Matthew, Mark, and John, or Luke, whatever. Matthew, yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's read it that many times. I don't read it no more. I don't need to exercise that much right to reading it. I've read it. I know what to do. You know, I don't need to keep going back to it over and over and over. I pray to God, and I love everybody as he has loved me and shown me. And that's his one command in the New Testament. That's the only thing I've seen and read that says at all that he commands of us, basically. And it's kind of nonchalant in different words. Go forward.